Okay, so as I said to you, we have got a couple of guests coming in for you. It's going to be a good one. But first, I am really intrigued about my next guest. I've been watching him for a while, and what intrigued me was the positivity that came through. And then I seen this stuff where he was with this little boy, and I was like, what's going on there? Well, I'll let him tell you all about it. Welcome, Optimum Mindset. Woo woo.
Thank you for having me.
What is your name?
So
and where do you come from?
my name's Rishi, and I'm from South Staffs.
Okay. Now, the little boy was.
Yeah, so his name's Aryan, and he's 5 years old.
Okay, beautiful. Now, it was really nice because I seen you, doing a little dance, like doing a little thing. Let's start off with that, and if you want to, and
Yeah,
how
of
it
course.
all came about.
Yeah, so Aryan is 5 years old, and he's got a speech and language delay. And over Christmas and that period of winter, we found that Aryan had a love for music, and he started, after he learnt his phonics, he started to rap basically, and beatbox. And I said to my wife after that, I think we should do a song with this and try and see where we can go with it, really. So it started off really something as a project in our living room, really, and we ended up recording a song with no prior music experience. So basically we call ourselves the Speech Heroes, and the song is called Speechbound, and the song's about Aryan's frustrations with speech and language delay, and my encouragement basically about so my encouragement as part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love, and I wish I could play it, but unfortunately I've left a lead, which means I can't play it. It's one of those days today. Do forgive me. But if anyone goes onto your the Instagram,
Yeah.
Speech Heroes.
Yeah, so you can listen to the song on the Instagram, which is the Speech Heroes, and also the actual video is on YouTube under the Speech Heroes page, so you'll be able to find it there.
Amazing. And how has he responded to that in terms of, has it helped with his speech?
So if we can kind of go back a little bit, Aryan struggled basically with his basic needs, anything from not being able to tell us what you wanted to eat, to going to the toilet, communicating basic needs. So music's really helped get him out of his shell. He's more confident. He's performed in front of 500 people at a Bhangra Youth Festival a couple of weeks ago. So his language and speech has come out so much since we've been doing this work, and also we've been raising money for Speech and Language UK.
Amazing. Well, clearly that is working.
Yeah.
And what about other people? How are they responding to it? Because I can imagine that you are inspiring so many young people.
Yeah, so like loads of people have given us good feedback. They love the fact that me and Aryan have done something like this, because I know there's people that have probably done it with the father and son singing a song, but it's really powerful, and the message behind it really. So yeah, we've had loads of positive feedback, encouragement from family and friends, and even general public. So to now we've raised £2,000 out of our target, which is £5,000. So yeah, we're just still focusing on moving forward with the project.
Yeah, brilliant. Now, when it comes to your own journey, I've been watching that, right? And I really love the fact that you've been openly speaking about mental health,
Yeah.
and the journey of that. How did that come about?
So my journey really started after Aryan was born, really. Before that, I spent most of my time out drinking and living that life. And as you know, when everything goes up, it must come down at some stage. And what happened to me was that I really struggled with my mental health, and I went through a stage in October 2023 where I got paranoid, depression,
No way.
anxiety, and auditory hallucinations. and I really had to get out the space that I was in at that time and do something about it. So yeah, it's been really like transforming for me in terms of the work that I've done myself. So that was changing my diet, consistently going to the gym, and I found a love for running really. I joined a local club, the Essington Harriers by mine, where I live, and it really got me back into the space that I needed to get. And then Aryan having his speech delay was really the point where I decided that I need to stop drinking now. And because I could see that our journeys were connected as one really, and if I'd carried on, I could have he could have continued with having that speech delay, and I felt that I weren't giving him enough support at the time, so I had to kind of make a change as well, because his frustrations were also my frustrations.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's a powerful journey really
Yeah,
for both of us.
absolutely. That is just like really big, because as you said, you know, parents and children were so connected,
Yeah.
and we do have to model how we're going to get through difficult times. And so when it came to support, then where did that begin for you? You know, because obviously it's a difficult time, and I know that if there are loved ones that I see struggling, it's not the easiest conversation to have. So when did that support come in? Who was it that made the breakthrough?
Well, initially the school identified it. Aryan was at a preschool, and they identified that he may have a speech delay. So I wasn't quite sure at that time, but then over time we realised that he wasn't doing the basics really.
Yeah.
And then the journey continued, and they made several referrals to speech and language, the early years forum, and we got support for that. But the thing is, the support's not there available.
Yeah.
When you need it, you get a speech and language therapist, and you see them every so often.
Yeah.
And then the school are really left to carry on, and the parents. So for me, it was really, I had to be really conscious in identifying Aryan having this love for music and making beats and singing, and that's what's really helped him come. So the Speech Heroes is really about getting parents to understand their children's own potential, and that could be love, the love for music, art, anything really that the child likes doing differently that might get them exposure to start coming out of their shells and finding their own voice.
Yeah. What I actually meant as well, but you've answered
Yeah.
something that needed to be highlighted
Okay.
as well, and the fact that there isn't a lot of support
Yeah.
there, you know, for around speech and language therapy when you've got your kids going through that and whatnot. But what I was kind of pointing to is, for you, you were going through a little bit of a dark episode.
Yeah.
What was it? Did you see something? Did you have a conversation with someone? You know, because you know the drinking and whatnot. Like I said, it's not an easy conversation to have with someone.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I can remember it. So for me, it's more like it was a sign from the universe and a message from the universe, like a divine message that came through, and we call it hukam in Punjabi, and that means command. And at that time, it was either take it or leave it,
Yeah.
and do this transformation, because the message I was getting at that time was you can turn your back, and you know, I've had family members pass away from alcohol, and I could have gone down that same route, but it was about making a change, and this change would impact at least 7 generations to come.
Yeah.
That's what we believe in. So it was really taking that courage, being, you know, the sole family member to do this alone at the moment, but to also inspire other family members to take the step forward and say, we don't want to be like this anymore. You know, alcohol's not been good for us, and it's seriously causing a dysfunction in our family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what steps did you take? I mean, when it came to finally saying, okay, I'm going to change, I want to get help, was there a lot of support out there? Were there a lot of men's groups?
So I attended some men's groups later, I'd say, only recently, but a lot of the work I did myself. So I isolated myself. I didn't speak to my friends anymore, which was one of the hardest things I've done. But I really had to cut ties with a lot of people because there was a lot of negative energy around it.
Mm.
And during winter, the isolation and that grieving that I had to go through, and the depression, no one really knows about it because, you know, I've moved on from the set of friends I had, and I love them to bits, but
Wow.
we don't align anymore, and you know, things have changed drastically for me now,
Yeah.
and it's sad, but it's just the way it is. I moved on, but I had to make this change. A lot of the men's groups I attended were later on after, and I did find that support was there, and we tapped into a lot of things that I'd been keeping inside for years.
Wow.
You know, my childhood, you know, thinking about my past and all that, and sometimes just letting it out. And I
Yeah.
never knew how to do that before.
Yeah, I really commend you
Yeah.
for being so open about it,
Mhm.
you know. And I love the fact that you've got the support of your family as
Yeah.
well, because that seems very evident, you
Yeah.
know. So moving forward, what have you got planned? What's planned for the future?
So for me, I'm just taking it step by step, really. But all the doors seem to be opening, and the energies aligning with, you know, individuals contacting me. So I've recently done my first podcast. It's going to be called Rise with Rishi, and
love
that
it.
was an idea that's been, you know, I've been trying to do it for so long. But when I decided to do that, I was still drinking, so really it wasn't aligning with me then. I've done multiple, you know, radio interviews about my journey. I've been onto the BBC Asia Network, and also the newest one we have coming is a children's book will be coming out in January this year, and that is called The Speech Heroes versus the Word Stoppers, and that's about Aryan's journey with speech and language delay, and me and him are the superheroes in it.
I
But
love it.
yeah,
Yes, hopefully he will come in then.
Yeah.
Or can I get a signed copy or something?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I love that. So and then so you are going to be, you know, being open a lot more and doing a lot more with podcasts. So what kind of
Yeah.
guests are you going to get coming into the
So
podcast?
I'm thinking at the moment I want to start with addiction because I'm more honest with myself now, and I'm speaking up about stuff that I've kept bottled in for years, and I know that my close family members might not be happy about it, but I just need to get it out there because this is me and this is my story, and I find that it needs to be told because I know people are struggling, especially in the West Midlands, with similar family dysfunctions, addiction, alcohol, drugs. So I really want to get it out there so I might inspire somebody.
Yeah,
And it's also helping me build my
Right.
confidence speaking.
you will
Yeah.
inspire somebody. You're going to be saving lives.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of you know, families do not realize, especially Asians.
Yeah.
You know, put my hands up for that. You know, there's this ideal self that you have to project, isn't
Yeah,
there?
there is.
And it's like, you know, they'll be like, "Shadam neyati," like, have
Yeah,
you got
it's-
no shame?
It's okay, everything.
Yeah,
Carry on. Like
Yeah.
that's not the right way. We need to be more open and speak about things. And that attitude really is nonsense, in my opinion, now, because you're destroying kids' lives because ultimately you're learning from your parents because that's what they were taught, and we need to break that cycle.
yeah, like you said, and it can go down for 7 generations.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So, as we finish, what is it? Tell me something. What do you do for well-being?
So my well-being consists of running,
Mm-hmm.
going to the gym 3 times a week, and I want a strict diet. So
Mm-hmm.
it's no processed foods, raw-based fruit and veg, and yeah, I do eat the same foods all the time, which is quite boring. But mental health-wise, I've found that cutting out everything else
Yeah.
has really helped me, and it keeps me happy. I've got more energy, and I'm just ready to go.
Bit of breath work.
Breath work. Me and my wife are going to start doing that
Yeah.
soon. We were talking about it the other day. You know, we do mantra. Mantra is really important in my household. It's on in the mornings and it's on in the evenings before we go sleep. So I think having faith in the divine energy or a God, I think that's really helped.
Okay, that's brilliant. So if anyone wants to get in touch with you, and in touch with me, you know, I can't get my words out today. If anybody wants to get in touch with you, how do they get in touch?
So you can add me on Instagram or send me a message. I have 2 pages. One is called Optimum Mindset, and the other one for the Speech Heroes, which is the children's work that we're doing, is the Speech Heroes. You can get us on there.
Okay, brilliant. I can't thank you enough, really, for coming on and being so open, because the work that I do, you know, I do find that there are a lot of men that are struggling and they need that space. So it is very inspiring that
Thank
you're
you.
doing
I'm
that.
grateful.
And I will definitely be pushing your details so people can contact you and keep me updated with how it's going to be moving forward.
I will do, yeah, and I'm grateful for you having me on today.
No,
Really means
honestly,
something.
honestly. And when you need a breathwork mentor
Yeah.
on your podcast,
Yeah,
hello.
yeah, definitely. Thank
I
you.
love it. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Right.